We're going to go over the archery information, guidelines, and rules. There will be a quiz following this, so please pay attention carefully. A little bit about archery. It's thousands of years old and it's popular with millions of people. It's a life skill that everyone can enjoy, and archery's safety record is better than almost every sport, and it's best taught and learned and practiced with a positive attitude. This is our normal range setup. You have the waiting line, the shooting line, and the target line. All students who are not shooting must wait behind the waiting line. Next is the shooting line. It's about 5 to 7 yards from the targets, and only the students that are shooting are allowed at this line. And then we have the target line. This is about 2 yards from the targets. Only people that have just shot and are instructed to move up to score and remove arrows will come up to the target line. 3 main safety procedures that you need to be aware of. First, we will shoot away from normal traffic flow, so no matter where we're at, please look for signs and just follow what we have posted. Also, you're only ever shooting at the targets, so please make sure you understand that. If we find you doing something other than that, you will not be shooting at all. We'll have alternative assignments. Next is the emergency whistle signal. This is 5 or more whistle blasts. When you hear 5 or more, then you need to know to move back to the waiting line. If you're at the shooting line or target line, you need to get your arrow, get your bow, put it down, and head to the waiting line. The dry fire hazard. This is when someone shoots a bow without an arrow, and it is called a dry fire, and it can damage the bow and hurt the person. So you only want to draw a bow when an arrow is knocked on the bowstring and is pointed safely towards the target. Before we get started, you're going to want to make sure that you are keeping both eyes open, but that you're shooting with your dominant eye. And so one of the things that you need to do is perform the dominant eye test. With both eyes open, point at an object with your index finger and keep pointing at it in place, and then open one eye and close the other, and then do it with the other eye, open it and close it. And if the dominant eye is closed, the object will appear to move away from the pointed finger. So if the dominant eye is closed and the object moves, then that's how you know that one is your dominant eye. So when the object moves and whatever eye is closed is your dominant eye. Following your online quiz or paper quiz, you are also going to have to do a string bow skill assessment where you go through the 11 steps, saying them and doing them with the string bow. It's really, really important that you understand how to use the string bow, and there will be another video to help you with that. Now for the 11 steps to archery success. The first is stance. So you want to have shoulder width position and straddle the shooting line. Next is knock your arrow. You want to grab it below the fletching and go up and over your vertical bow, and you'll see right here you want to knock it at the knock point right there. Next is drawing handset. You want to hook the bowstring in the archer's groove, and the arrow should rest on top of the pointer finger, so right there. But don't draw back yet, you're still pointed down. Next is bow handset. You're going to center the bow's grip under the lifeline of the relaxed bow hand. So you're just going to kind of relax and point down at the ground. Do not draw back yet. Pre-draw, you're bringing your bow hand up, but again, you're still not pulling back. Draw, you're going to pull back on the string now. Anchor, you're going to make sure that the top finger that you have in the archer's groove is hooked right at the corner of your mouth. Aim, you're going to align the string and the arrow rest or the arrow point on the target. So you're going to look down and find your target. Shot setup. This is usually the one people forget. So while you're aiming, you want to think about tightening your back muscles. And you can see here in the picture, you're almost kind of pulling those shoulder blades together and then just lowering your arm a little bit. Number 10 is release, and you're just going to let go of that string. And the last is follow through and reflect. You're almost going to paint your face, so you can pull your hand across your face and then reflect on your shot. Did it feel right, and what can you do differently? We run the range using our whistle blasts. So 2 whistle blasts means get bow. And at this point, 1 or 2 students from the group may advance to get the bow. Again, it depends how many we have set up to shoot. And once you get to the shooting line with your bow, you'll straddle the line, get ready in your stance, and just put your bow on your toe. Just put it down. Do not knock it. Do not do anything until we instruct you to. 1 whistle blast means shoot. When you receive arrows in your quiver, then you're directed to shoot. You can at this point knock your arrows and start shooting all the arrows in your quiver, or however many you've been instructed to shoot. 3 whistles means go get arrows. Those people who just shot will walk to the target line, they'll score themselves, and then remove the arrows and put them back in the quivers. A little hint here, you will need to know these for the quiz. 1 word, 1 whistle, 2 words, 2 whistles, 3 words, 3 whistles. So just remember that when you are taking the quiz. Our class equipment, we will be using the Genesis bows. These are the only ones that you're allowed. If you have your own Genesis bow and you'd like to bring it in, you need to get permission from Mr. Hatfield. And then over here, you can look at the anatomy of the arrow. So when we're talking about the arrow, we're saying the fletching and the knock. You can see the fletching is what we call the feathers. And one is always a different color, and that's the one you want it pointed towards you. And then the knock, you can see, is where it's going to fit onto the string. For scoring, it's pretty simple. The 2 center circles are worth 10 points, or your bullseye. So if you hit right here and even right in here, it's 10, and the line is also 10. Now once you're getting to this other yellow circle, it's 9, and then you just keep counting out 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 until you get to that last ring. And the line is always worth the higher score.